Pet has really proven to be therapeutic and fun to be around, of course. But what if your family dog isn't exactly housebroken yet? Of course, that could bring some more headaches than you might expect. We join now our Regina Garcia, who's live at Master Trainer, to really show us how owners can really get their pet ready. Hi, Regina.
Hi, Katia. Yes, I'm learning as much as I possibly can in this matter of a couple of minutes here about pets. And believe me, we've got 4 different dogs here, 4 different personalities. And Tony with Master Trainer is here this morning to tell us about it. Thank you, Tony, for opening your door. And then your bulldog here is Romeo.
Romeo is an English bulldog, and he's about 2.5 years old.
Okay, and Romeo, you said, is a perfect dog for an apartment owner or a small house, small backyard owner.
Yes, like when you decided to have a dog, you have to decide, are you need one who needs a lot of exercises or one who will be a little bit lazy and stay in an apartment. Romeo, he's like walk in the morning, walk in the evening, that's more than enough for him.
Well, when I saw Romeo, I said, oh, I want Romeo badly. But then I'm seeing these other 3 over here. We've got a lab, a rot, another lab. That is Shanique, the lab, right? The black lab, Thunder, and Kenzie over there is the smallest lab. She is 3 months old. And the trainers, we can't forget them, Eugene, John, and Jamie, all here. We're talking different sizes of dogs, of course, different personalities. What is it that you think that pet owners should know?
Okay, every dog is individual case. Some dogs is sporting breeds. This is need a lot of exercises, like Labrador Retriever, Weimaraner, all the sporting breed. Working groups is very, very big, and they need a lot of exercises too, like Rottweiler, German Shepherd, or Doberman Pinscher. These dogs need a lot of exercises and a lot of training and a lot of work, and they can choose a house if you didn't give them enough exercises. You have to know what kind and what personality of the dog. Every dog is individual case. The most successful thing is to pick up the right pup for you from the beginning.
Okay. And you even said that Romeo here loves every toy imaginable, right?
Yeah, Romeo is very, very playful, and anything in the whole world, he thinks it's just there for his entertainment.
It's just for him, right?
Yeah, and Romeo is a daddy, but he have lost, about a couple of months ago, he have 10 pups.
Oh,
he got married and his wife have 10 pups. But he think everything is a toy for him. Like he think this big camera is just for him to play with.
Just ramming the camera right there. What is it that Kenzie's going to be learning in the next that the pet owner was hoping to get out of Kenzie?
Yeah, we teach the doggy, like Kenzie, teach her basic commands and behavior modification. First thing we teach it to the dog where to use the restroom. Like they cannot mess up inside the house. They have to do it outside. We teach them good behavior, not to chew, not to nip at your hands, not to jump in you.
Is going to do some advanced training. It's all exciting, but it also builds her confidence. We'll learn more about the training that takes place here in just a bit.
Wow.
Wow.
If
Yeah.
I could only get my brother's dog to actually
my dog.
do, their thing not on the carpet, much less all that, That's pretty cool. Everybody, good morning. I've got Dudiarte just a little after 6 o'clock this Thursday morning, May 24th. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, I'm Dave Cochran.
Enough to drive owners up the wall, but there is some hope. Our Regina Garcia is live this morning at Master Training with some details on how we can train our dogs. Hey, Regina.
Hi, Katia. Yes, I'm here with Romeo, who I've now come to love and want to take home. He is great, and Romeo is one of those personalities that we've learned everything's a toy. As soon as I put my mic down, he went right after it. So kind of like me too, but anyway, he's enjoying himself here, and he's was telling us a bit about that as well. The lab over here, a lot of training going on. What is you said training is so important just because it could save a dog's life. I mean, it builds up their confidence. There's just a lot that happens with the training. Kind of explain that to us.
Yeah, like for training the dogs for stay or come, this is very, very two important commands from the basic, which you train the dogs, like if he's running in front of the car and you see that he's crossing the street in a wrong spot, you tell him stay. The second he stops, you saved his life already. Also, when he go to fight with another dog or to have a problem with anybody else or to the street, you can tell him come, he will come back to you. It can save the dog life. Training is very, very important to save the dogs and to teach them obedience, and you can have him behaving and a good, like even when you visit somebody with a good dog, tell him stay down and he will stay until the end of the visit. That would be very, very good for the dog to learn.
And ideally, you would like to get the dogs between 7 weeks and 12 weeks old, so that way you can help build their personality and confidence back up. But also, it's important to know the family surroundings as well and what type of dog is in the family environment, correct?
Yes, it's very, very important to start teaching the puppy from 7 weeks to 12 weeks, because whatever the pup learns in this age is permanent. And it's always nice to teach him the right from the beginning. But if you have an older dog or you got a dog who's having a lot of problem, you can train him in any age. It's never late to teach the dog good manners and the good behavior.
All right. Well, thank you, Tony, so much for joining us. And one of the other issues that we're going to definitely talk about as well is the heat, because we know that temperatures are going to start rising, and many times we leave our dogs outside. So Tony's going to give us some tidbits on what we need to do and how we should protect our dog while we're out on the working day and doing whatever we need to be doing throughout the day. So Katya, we're live at Master Trainer, learning as much as we possibly can about our dogs.
Of course. And Regina, you found your Romeo, and Romeo found his Juliet.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Boys, that's all I need, and then I've got my Romeo.
All right, Regina, thanks so much. Elsewhere, the graduation season is not only pet has been proven to be therapeutic and, of course, fun to have around. But what if your family dog isn't exactly housebroken? It really could mean some serious headaches, more than you may expect. Joining us this morning is our Regina Garcia, who is live at Master Trainer, who's been giving us some tips. And also right now, we're going to find out what to do with them when we leave them out in the heat, right, Regina?
That's right, Katya. Yes, we have been learning quite a bit about the dogs and different personalities that they have. And of course, when is a good time to train them, which according to Tony over here with Master Trainer is telling us 7 to 12 weeks is the perfect time to train. But also we need to keep in mind this summer, temperatures definitely are going to rise. And while the exercise is good for these labs like Shaniqua here, they also need to worry, pet owners need to worry about the heat. What do you recommend?
Yeah, you always keep cold water with you for the dogs, because you can, and never leave them in the car unattended or closed. If for any reason you have to leave them in the car in the summer, be sure the air condition is working. Sometimes the car is stopped and the heat will always check on them. Keep a lot of water and keep them cool, especially the dogs which have short face, like the English Bulldog or the Boxer. They are very, very heat susceptible and they can get sick very easily.
I was going to say that as well. Different dogs have, we've learned they have different personalities, but they also have different traits out in the summer heat. And you're saying that the short nosed ones need to be inside, preferably?
Yes, like the English Bulldog have to be most of the day inside in the air condition. Big dogs or heavy dogs, they have to be inside in the air condition. Also, like big dogs, like black dogs, they also have to be inside, and all of this. The bigger the dog and the darker he is, it have to be in the air condition. You can leave just one dog half an hour in the heat and they can get very, very sick.
Okay, but at the same time, they need the exercise like Shanika and Namoka there, at least an hour, you're saying?
Labrador Retriever, sporting breed, and the working breeds, they have to exercise at least every day 1 whole hour, jogging, running, or playing, or doing anything.
All right. Well, thank you, Tony, so much for joining us. Yes, we've learned a lot about our dogs and what we should know about them. Again, you want to leave it up to professionals who know what they're doing. Masters trainers here obviously know what they're doing. They've been actually the dogs here retrieving, commanding, learning a bit more about their confidence level, and we're learning more too about the personalities of every dog and what we should do, and family-wise what they should do as well. There goes Shanika again, learning to jump right there, building on her confidence and getting that at least minimum 1 hour exercise needed for a dog like that. So we're live at Master Trainer. Katya?
She's so smart. What'd you do with Romeo, Regina?
Romeo's taking a break. I think he's playing with another toy. Romeo just left me. Yeah, that's what happens.
He just left you, found his Juliet and said, I'm done.
Yes, I'm done. That's it.
Thanks, Regina. Appreciate that. Well, it's an equation that having a family pet has proven to be therapeutic and, of course, fun to have around. But what if your family dog isn't exactly housebroken? There could be more headaches than you might expect. Our Regina Garcia joins us live this morning. Oh, there's Romeo right there with more on what to do. Hi, Regina.
Hi, Kathy. Yes, I got my Romeo back, so that's nice. Always nice to have a Romeo on by your side. And joining us this morning as well as Tony, Master Trainer. Can't forget the real people in this group. Tony, we were talking about housebroken pets and that nature. picture. You have boot camp. Tell us what boot camp's about.
Okay, the boot camp, that's when you don't have enough time, you send your dog for us for 10 days. We teach them the basic commands and the behavior modification. Like if the dog jumping people, digging holes, have housebroken problem, we solve all these problems. And plus we teach them to sit, stay, down, stay, come in command, and the recall and the finish, and how to walk in a loose leash. It's very nice to have the boot camp because it's very easy and very fast, just 10 days.
Oh, well, great 10 days. And we were talking about the temperatures rising, of course, always having plenty of water for our pets. But what about fleas? What do you recommend for the flea problem?
For fleas and the ticks, the most product we really used was Frontline. You put it once a month, and every beginning of each month you put Frontline once a time, and that is really have a good result with it.
All right. Well, thank you, Tony, so much for joining us. Again, master trainers here, the professionals, bringing you all the tricks and trades you need to make sure that Romeos like this stay nice and cool around you. Katia?
Well, that's some good advice there, Regina, on the fleas, because, I mean, we've been seeing, you know, the flea problem recently.
Yes, definitely. And Tony knows what works for the fleas because Romeo here looks nice and clean. So good dog and a lot of good training going on here.
It's good to see you. Romeo came back, Regina.
Yes.
Thanks so much. And that is our time for now. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back at the end of the half hour with more. Stay with us.